Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. I know it's been a while, guys. I had a rough couple weeks, I got sick and I also had quite a bit of exams I had to do. But we're back and we just finished case 4, so we're gonna jump into case 5. Let's go ahead and get right into that. I've been super excited about this. I'm so sorry I've been away, guys. It's just been rough. Here we go, episode 5. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Ooh.
It's coming! Sholmes' cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was. But not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles."
I assume this is based on another Sherlock Holmes book that I have not read, so the reference is lost on me, unfortunately. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in the Sokoki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. What does that mean? But it was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. Oh, okay, it's just been a slow week, that's all. That is. Until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. 15th of April, 9:13 a.m., Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Are we still, in the attic? We sure are. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone... Oh, hello. Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Now let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said that she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Didn't we just say that we didn't have a case? Here we go again. Alright, let's have a nice little chit-chat. Telegram! So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. What? Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. Ahem. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me that was nothing. Alright, out with it. Out with it. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. Who was it addressed to? Alright, I suppose Sokoki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. Oh no, maybe... You know what would really suck if that telegram was to tell us that he died. That would be the worst news. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean that he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago we had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. Yeah, you can send a telegram while you're at sea? How does that work? But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Sokugi-san had he stayed in London, that's all. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zieks, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled in insignificance in that case. Alright, let's talk about the Reaper. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Oh my. I gotta show this gruesome image again. Like the way that Nightmare's trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Sokugi-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper could only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps? Even if that's the case, it's a little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely, not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zieks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh, so he's really just attached to us, is he? Oh? Yes, since Sokugi-san's trial, he's withdrawn from the judicial service again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So, it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then. Yeah, it seems like he's got a little crush on me. Ugh, just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry? What was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Alright. We've got to examine this place. I don't think I had the opportunity last time. It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions, this place is paradise for a true tea lover. Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? Shovel? That spade has been in here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. Is this gonna be like the new ladder or step ladder argument? No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. That's totally gonna come back at some point, isn't it? What is that? So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face, so. Alright, books. I've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could tidy up once in a while. Ah, she looks very angry. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. The time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that can be better spent on some simple housework. She wins. But I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Anything over here? Doesn't seem like that. Let's go over to the other side. What's on the desk here? Ah, this must be the telegram. Let's see. Oh! No, you mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances. No, alright, I won't. Why is she hiding this? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. Then put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. What the heck is this right here? This looks like a whole bunch of like onions hanging from a rope here. Alright, what is this? Looks like an aquarium. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well, and the anemones too. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea, behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great, though, is it? Door. Do you know? I've never seen inside a room there, Sasada-san. Oh, that's a different room. I thought that was like the way down. I've never even peeped inside. I should think so, too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Whatever you say, young maiden. What a weird thing to say. Hey, that's the door to your room. Just so you know, I've never looked in there, you know. That is so strange. Is this anything on the floor here? Guess not. I think we've looked at everything. Let's get out of here. Actually, is there anything I can present? What did she say about my armband? It means a great deal to me, you know. That you cherish his armband so and wear it each time you appear in court. Well, it's very important to me. It's what shows that I'm a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength through Cosmo. Absolutely can't be without it, especially when I'm at a critical point in a trial. But just the other day, I noticed you wearing it when we went to visit that park. Sometimes I forget to take it off. That's funny. It's a little sweet too. Oh, this is where we, okay. I was like, aren't we already at Sholmes Suite? But okay. No, we gotta go downstairs. Oh man, I don't remember what voice I gave her. So what is that horrible violin? What the heck? Morning, Runo. Morning, Susie. Good morning, Iris. Iris. What is it, Runo? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Oh, yes. You noticed that, did you? Yeah, I figured as much. Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. He doesn't look too happy. Oh my, what was that music? That was like the most dreadful, like, tune I've ever heard. Hello. Is he gonna be like super depressed? Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning. Oh no. Good morning. To die, perhaps. Something happened, Mr. Sholmes. You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Damn this blatched existence! That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. Cat? It's a cat! Yes! Oh, look! It's Wagaha. What? I've never seen that name before in my life! I'm probably just gonna say Wagahai. Oh, look, it's a Wagahai. Good morning, boy. Meow. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. Someone would even call it a cat door. But how did it get there? Well then, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. Yeah, this little analytical machine is gone. Alright, dude, what's got you all like this? You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melodious tones would make flowers bloom. It would. But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Forever, God, no more recitals of unbridled emotion. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh, dear. Ugh, why is this happening to me? They take the turn I have for the violin from me. What is left, for pity's sake? What is left? Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? I was just gonna say. Alright. Why is your machine gone, my man? Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but... your desk looks rather empty today. Oh, well done, Mr. Sato. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale to insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windybank's now. Sorry? It's at Windy Bank? No, Windybank's. The pawnbrokery. Pawn? What? You mean you pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. But, isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How could it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is. It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh. What's to understand exactly? Yeah, you sell stuff, you get money. It's that simple, right? What am I missing here? What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Oh, so you have plans to get it back, then? Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windybank's, you see. A Pawnbrokering can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain? But do you need the money? Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? Like the machine? What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Are we out of options to talk about? What do we do here? Huh. Can I investigate Iris? Maybe I could talk with her that way. Yeah, let's talk about the cats, I guess. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then. Oh, yes. And I've become very attached to little Waggy. It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Oh, sorry, that was him speaking. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews as empty as the hearts of the muses. Oh my gosh, that's so cute! If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. Oh, okay. Okay, it was Sokuki-san's cat. Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me now. I had completely forgotten that little detail there. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is so adorable. Oh my gosh! Yes, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Runo. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention. What is that? I call it the Cat Flap-O-Mat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right, it can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh no, the cat is in trouble. Oh, what was that? Wagahai? Oh no! What is going on? How much stuff did he just knock to the floor? What was that? Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your violin. I think he thinks it's a toy. No! What's he doing to it? Oh dear. Mr. Sholmes' precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives. Shall I, Hurley? Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Where is it? I assume that's what they want me to do. Yeah, this right here. So this is the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look anything special to me. I happened upon it, covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. And until today has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none! Mr. Sholmes? What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? Huh? What do you mean, Mr. Sato? Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not at all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? Dude, how would you not notice your own violin was replaced with a different one? I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. What? What? Wow, he just fell right to the floor, didn't he? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you alright? You're right! You're quite right! This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray, is this piece of straight flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then. Is that gonna get him out of his funk, then? Ah, I see what must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Alright, let's go back to her, then. I'm guessing the other one's probably at a pawnbroker's. Yeah. What did you mean by mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windibank's until last week. At the pawnbroker's? Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner. There is a proverb from the East, at which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. So you set your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience a personal growth. Oh, what a wonderful idea. It's an inanimate object. What are you talking about? Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windibank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. I believe they totally did. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw! A fine state of affairs this is. And why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try and fiddle you every time. But earlier you told us that you could think of pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault. Yeah, the hypocrisy, man. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crushing your toast with that vacant aspect. Pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? We must visit Mr. Windibank's broker at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Mr. Sato. Without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to freshen your egg ever more obtusely. Alright, say no more. Let's go then. Don't worry, Runo. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later. Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like. Well, I'm sure it's going to look very interesting. Is there anything more to talk about with you? No, I guess not. Alright guys, well this seems like a good time to stop the episode because we are coming up on 30 minutes here, so I don't want to go too long, especially I don't want to get too deep into like a new location, you know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Again, sorry it's been a couple weeks since I last posted. I just had a very busy couple weeks, you know, both with exams and being sick and all. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!